So hello everybody, how is it going? I hope you are all doing well, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I have got another brand new to the collection loco to show you, and it is this. It's another Hornby TTS sound steam engine. I just can't get enough of these. Since I bought that Lord Nelson back in, when was it, probably March or February, I can't stop wanting one. They just sound so good. But as you can see, this one is the beautiful King class in the magnificent BR blue livery. That is just a stunning livery in my opinion. Bought this on eBay for £155, but with postage took up to £159. This was a bidding starting off at £140, and basically there were no bids going into the final hour of it, and then there was me and two other people bidding for it. Thankfully I won the bid and I have it in front of me now. This was an eBay listing by the model shop in Portsmouth. As you can see, the price tag up here from the original place is £169.99, so I got it cheaper than what they were originally pricing for it, which I presume was probably in store on their shelves. But turning it on the side, you can see the product code is if it focuses, hold on, 3370 TTS, BR Early Crest King class, King Richard II 6021 with TTS sound, and you can see it says DCC fitted. On the other side, we have some brief history, but first off, you can see that it is classified, come on, there we go, classified as an 8P. There's some history here if you want to read that. Feel free to pause the video. I'll just put a bit of lighting in front of there. There will be some history down in the description as well if you want to read that. And here we have the lovely line drawings that you always get, and you can see it says date drawn 2014. Now there's a very sudden burst of light then. Date drawn 2014, so not terribly old, but fairly modern, but not modern, if that makes any sense. Turning it around and getting it out of the case, you can see we are presented with the typical Hornby packaging. So if I just gently put it down, and this one has got very, very tight packages. Very difficult to get out this one. It certainly packs it well. He says that as soon as he goes on, he shows it on camera, it comes out perfectly fine. That's just typical. So out it comes. There we go. Just pop that there because we will first look at the paperwork on the inside. First, starting off with, we'll start off with the sound manual. So obviously you always get one of these, the Hornby TTS sound King class sound decoder manual, with all the different sounds in it. All we're worried about are the sounds, and we can see here, I'll just get it up there, that table here, I can get it. This table here shows all the features you can do, very, very nice. Close that up and then take a look at the instructions. So you can obviously see it says King class, steam locomotive tender, DC ready, fitted, sound, the normal instructions that you get with Hornby. And you can see on the front it says general and routine maintenance. This is what it always says on the front. Open it up, you've obviously got things about lubrication, if I try and get it in at shot. Lubrication, accessories, the body removal, assembly, close coupling, DCC ready, and on the back you've got the fitting of the brake rods. So enough of all of that, let's get it out of the block of ice packaging. But first off again, let's take a look at this detail pack. So inside we have some, that's a lovely feature to see, did not see that. We have some nameplates, not quite sure if they're etched, not quite sure if I get it to zoom, to focus. Or if I get them If I get them out of the packaging, it might focus better. If I can actually get into the packaging, that is, or the little, let's say packaging, the little bag. There we go. And then inside is another little bag that the nameplates are in. I can't get it open. That's handy. Hopefully see if that focuses more now. Maybe. Come on. Oh, and I've dropped it. There we go. So you can roughly make out what it says, 60021. Trying to work out if they are etched, but that is a lovely inclusion. Pop that back into the bag for now. Close it up, and you can see we do have the brake rods. We have a NEM coupling, which I presume to go at the front, and we have some brake pads and some cylinder drain cocks painted in a nice gold colour, which is very nice to see. Just pop that back there for now, and let's finally get it lifted out of the packaging and see it in her full glory. Lift it out, just like that. Close that up. Down it goes, and there we have it. And isn't she beautiful? Well, I say that, you can't really see at the moment. There we go, and isn't she beautiful? She is just fabulous. That BR blue is so smart. Just fantastic. So, going to change the camera, get it up a bit closer, and we'll take a look at her in some more detail. So, I'll be back in a moment. So when looking close up at this model, you can really see how much detail this has. It really has a high level of detail. And as I normally do, I'm going to start from the front and work my way backwards. So starting right at the top, you can see we have this separately fitted handlebar that spans the whole length of the boiler. We have a what looks like separately fitted lamp bracket, the running number 6021, the separately fitted smoke box dart, and the shed code, which I think says 81A. Let me just try and zoom in, see if that's what that. Yeah, I think that says 81A. Yep, that's the shed code. Moving down to the bottom section of the running board, you can see there's 3 more lamp brackets. Loads of riveting everywhere. There must be thousands of rivets on this thing. They are everywhere. And on the buffer beam, rivets. A little gap to put the vacuum pipe that was in the detail pack, the coupling hook, and obviously you've got sprung buffers, which is a norm now. You just expect to have it. There are a couple of little niggles I have with this, and it's their odd choice to not add metal parts for the safety valves, the whistle up here, this bit of piping underneath here, and the chimney. On some of their models, they include metal on these. They sometimes have metal whistles, safety valves, and they actually have copper around the top. But this time they've done what they also do quite a bit, which is just plastic and this horrible metallic paint, which really does not look realistic because you can see the sparkles. It really isn't that good. I just don't know why they do it. But from one niggle to a fabulous thing, and that is an interpretation of the valve gear, painted in red, if you can see that. That I'm very happy to see. The only issue is you do have a quite noticeable large screw just popping, just sat there, if you can just see that. Bit of a shame, but still, it's nice to see, and you're not going to come up right close and just stare at it. You do have a nice separately painted part down there, the axle box of the front of the bogie at the front. You do have some lovely lining on the cylinder box, and the lining on the boiler is fantastic. Don't think I can see any imperfections there whatsoever. Moving on down, running board completely covered in rivets again. You got the nameplate, King Richard II. Not sure if it's etched, I can't tell, but look at the splashes. Look at them. The lining on the splashes is fantastic. It goes white, black, gold, black, It's really, really nicely done. Moving towards the cab, as I said, that plastic whistle and this pipey thing down here. Again, plenty of rivets everywhere. Glazed window with some nice lining around it, and the number plate where you can fit those ones that came in the accessories bag. Plenty of rivets on the roof as well. Looking into the cab, hopefully I can get a good shot of this. Hoping I can get a good shot of this. I'll just try and get the lighting right. Let's try and zoom in on the cab. That's not worked. Hold on. There we go. Trying to get in the cab. Sorry about the dodgy camera work, but you can see in there the cab. If I just try and get it to focus in the cab, there you go. You can see there are loads of separately fitted and separately painted parts in red, gold, and the gauges are separately painted with actual lines detecting. I mean, that just looks so good. It really does make it look fantastic. Really, really nice. Zooming out again and sit in the camera still, get the torch and light in a different location. We'll move on to the tender, which you can also see has rivets all over it. Rivets are everywhere on this model. They are, seriously, could you imagine counting all the rivets on here? There are thousands. You've got the lovely British Railways early logo applied on there. That looks fantastic. And the lining, again, I can't see any imperfections at all. The coal load is really nice. Pretty sure it is removable. It's a very nice looking coal load, I must say. Yeah, that's definitely removable because it's bouncing up and down. So you can definitely remove that. And then on the tender, you've got the areas where the water goes in. And on the back, sprung buffers again. Detail everywhere. Not quite sure why the vacuum pipe is fitted at the back but not the front. Confusing. 2 handlebars on each side and also some ladders or some steps to climb up. I have no idea what that says. Don't know if I can possibly zoom in on it. Oh, it's the builder plate. Pretty sure that's what that is. If I just try to focus, yeah, GWR. I can just make out what that says. GWR. Then I feel like that will say Swindon because a lot of GWR's locos were built at Swindon. But just zooming out again. There we go. Set the torch down, and on the other side, basically the same. Apart from this side, you also do have the reversing rod, which, unlike the previous TTS loco I looked at, the Lord Nelson, isn't in a horrible flimsy plastic. It is in a plastic, but it's nowhere near as flimsy. And also there's an unfair piping with that horrible paint they use. But the detail on this is fantastic. But anyway, I'm going to take off the body of this. I'm not taking off the tender body because I don't want to disturb the sound decoder in there, because I've only got sound fitted. I've never fitted a sound decoder before, and I'm just worried I'm going to break it somehow. So I'm going to take the body off of this. Well, consult the instructions first. Always do that. And take the body off and see what sort of mechanism this has. So I'll be right back. So here we have the body off, and you can see where the weight comes from this massive chunk of metal here. Really, really heavy chassis. I just realised to put it on top of my screwdriver. Hold on. There we go. You can see the motor here, which I'm a very metallic motor, which, blimey, that is very metallic. Very magnetic is what I'm looking for. Pretty sure it's a 5-pole motor. Sadly, no flywheel, which is a bit of a shame. But you can get a very good representation of the valve gear that they've included, which looks very, very nice. And it's a pretty simple body removal. Literally on the underneath, if I just turn this, you undo a screw that goes into this hole here. You realise you can't see it. Undo a screw that goes into this hole here. This takes off the front bogie, which allows you to get to the body screw, which is located here. And it's just one screw. Take that out, ease it up from the front, and then you gently wiggle it about and it disengages the lugs at the back. I do kind of wish they did two screws and not one screw and lugs, because I always feel like I'm going to break something. It really concerns me. But so the mechanism is very nice. Shame there isn't a flywheel. I'll check if there's any bearings up on the wheels, but let's go down to the railway and see how she performs and see how she sounds. So here we are down at the railway, and I've got it on the track in front of the camera, ready to do the slow moving test. But before we do that, I'm going to get the sound on. So first off, I've got the man in front of me. Let's do a medium whistle. Very nice. Let's do a short whistle. And then my personal favourite, the long whistle. Sounds lovely. Let's get the actual main sound on then. That's lovely. Let's do another whistle. And let's get moving. First, I'm not going to do slow speed yet. Just going to get her moving. Okay, very nice. And let's do it in reverse. Very nice. Very nice and smooth as well. Lovely and smooth. Let's try a bit faster this time. Lovely. Very nice. Let's try a crawl now. Try and get it as slow as it can go. That's about as slow as I can get it. When she can't see it at the moment, it will come in shot, I hope. And that's about as slow as I can get it. You can see it, it's a bit jolty, I must say. And this has been running at this is the first time it's done a speed this slow. It's not. If it was smooth, it'd be fantastic. It's just a bit of a shit, slightly jolty. But that was quite a good slow speed. Let's speed it up a bit more. Okay. Let's try the slow speeding forward now. Yeah. It seems smoother going forward actually. It seems much smoother going forward. Yeah, that is really good. I'm really impressed with that. Considering it's not got a flywheel, it has got a 5-volt motor. I looked up on Hornby's website. It's a 5-volt skew-line motor inside this. And that is very nice. Let's get another whistle. There we go. And then I'm just going to bring it around and hook up to the coaches. So here we are with some coaches. And as usual, is the typical maroon coaches that I pull with this. Get a nice whistle going. We can get her up to about half speed, I would say. Maybe just a bit more than half speed. There we go, that seems to be half speed. And then I'll just bring the camera around and you can see the other engine that will be running with it. And so about to appear is the second engine that I'm running with it, and I had to go for the sound Lord Nelson. I'm reviewing a TTS sound engine But obviously I've got to run it with another TTS sound engine, and I must say this is quite loud in here right now. So if we go to that is putting 3 what I think are ex-Southern BR coaches and a blue brake coach. I'm not quite sure where that's from, but I'm going to get them. I've got them both at half speed, and I'm now just going to do what I normally do, the different various alternative angles as they run around. Then you can listen to the beautiful sound. So I do hope you enjoyed the various alternative angles with the sound of the engines. Now I've just stopped and turned the sound up to Lord Nelson because it was dominating the sound and scene of this. It is really much louder than the King class. And as I am here to look at the King class, I thought, I just want to hear the King. So one thing, I don't know if I showed you this when I did the Lord Nelson, I might have, apologies if I have. But one thing I love about these TTS sound engines is they come very gradually to a halt if you just turn the dial down really quick. So I'm just going to quickly turn the dial down, like now. And you can see it gradually came to a halt. And the sound also gradually came to a halt, which is really, really nice. Let's get it going again. Very nice. I'm really, really happy with this purchase. Really happy. Anyway, let's get on to some of my ratings for the Hornby TTS Sound King class in BR Blue. So for detail, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Now, overall, the detail on this is really good. There's so many things to love about it. There's a fantastic interpretation of the valve gear. The cab looks fantastic. The lining is brilliant. The paint job is brilliant. Loads of separately fitted and separately painted parts. It's just magnificent. But as I mentioned when I was looking at it in detail, the things I'm marking it down for is those plastic pieces that they've painted with that really odd metallic, or supposedly metallic finish paint, which I know they can use metal for those pieces because I've seen engines before with metal on those pieces. So it's a bit disappointing, and that was obviously the top of the chimney, the safety valves, and the whistle. But that's about it. When it comes to mechanism, again, I'm giving it 4 stars. The mechanism overall, again, is fantastic. 5-pole skew-round motor, according to Hornby's website. Full tender pickups, full wheel pickups, apart from obviously the front bogie. Pretty 99% sure it's got proper bearings on all wheel sets. But the only thing I'm marking it down for is the lack of a flywheel. That's it. The performance, I'm going to be including the sound in the performance. The sound was fantastic. To be honest, the sound is 5 stars on its own. I could have a separate category, but I'm adding that into performance. But the sound was fantastic. It performed fantastically. Did a great slow crawl forwards, not so much backwards, but forwards. It didn't stall at all. It wasn't stuttery. It didn't derail at all. It was perfect. It managed to pull the coaches perfectly fine. And finally, for value, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Now, this is a bit of a tricky one because on Hornby's website, I can't find it. They've got all their kings, bar the TTS sound one, so I can't tell you what the RRP was. But as I'm recording this voiceover, I've got my laptop in front of me, and I've got eBay up, and there's only 2 left on eBay. One is the version I've got, King Richard II, in BR Blue, which is £199.99 with £8.95 postage. So that would be roughly about £207 something. And the other one is King George I in BR Green, which is £180 with £9.99 postage. So basically 190 quid, which personally out of those 2, I think that's a bit steep because I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think TTS sound was introduced by Hornby as a better option, a more affordable option to those who wanted sound but couldn't afford full-on DCC sound, more affordable for people. However, these prices on eBay, which is what I'm going to have to go on because I can't find it on Hornby's website, can't find it on any retailer, so I'm just having to go on the eBay prices. I think they're a bit steep, but I've only not 1 star because what I paid for it, I'm quite pleased with it. Because I was £155 with £4.60 postage, so £159.60. But then again, that was a bidding, which is slightly different to a buy now. These 2 are buy nows. But anyway, that gives a total of 17 out of 20, which I think is a very respectable score for this engine. But anyway, let's get on and conclude the video. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss another one of my videos. And I'll be back soon with another video. Take care everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.